Detonator has gotten better as the day has progressed, and what a team to peak against is V1. I mean, that is their best shot in my opinion, and if they can take them down, that's really going to rattle up the group.
As we wrap things up here, we're getting players back in and ready to go in just a couple of moments. Of course, there is another stream going on as well over at twitch.tv/RL Esports, a 5-game day on the docket over there. And we, of course, saw Team Queso take on Detonator as the first half of the doubleheader for both of these teams, all these teams in Group A. General NRG takes on Furia over there, followed by a G2 doubleheader against Evil Geniuses and Team Secret. And still plenty left on the docket here over on A stream. We've got Dignitas and Space Station Gaming closing it out. Team BDS takes on Evil Geniuses. Still many high-power matchups left to go here as soon as we get this matchup concluded. Again, if you're just joining us, Detonator, the qualifiers out of APAC North, they got a game, a historic win in Game 2 over FaZe Clan. That's all they've gotten. 2 very tightly contested games. They had a lead in both Games 1 and 2, and then FaZe Clan took over starting with Game 3. A tightly contested third game that they held on to win, and 7-1 right now with about 20 seconds left in Game 4, waiting to get a player situation sorted before we can make this one official and move on past Group A play here today.
Yeah, our admin's doing a fantastic job of getting things all set up, and I mean, if that was a monitor swap, that's got to be one of the fastest I have ever seen to get that thing back up and running. Great job to them.
It's like a pit crew.
It really is. But like you said, Stacks, only a few seconds left here in game number 4 and the series as well, as FaZe is on match point, just looking for the clock to expire with zeros all the way across it. But for Detonator, Stacks, what you've seen against FaZe Clan, obviously better than what we saw against Team Queso, but in your opinion, if they are going to find success and get a series win, which I know is a long shot, what, in your opinion, do you think that they're going to need to change up to be able to do that?
Boy, that's a tough one to answer, as you've got a team that it's such a small sample size between these two, and there's only so much you can glean, right? I mean, the numbers will certainly tell a certain story. At the end of the day, there's a human element, especially here at LAN, with players making their LAN debuts, and this roster for FaZe debuting. Looks like the players are back in. We're ready to go. The final 18 seconds will tick away here. First killer, we can confirm, is indeed playing with a monitor, and we'll see if this scoreline holds for the final 10 seconds. This is thrown in front. And first killer, we'll have Burn take this. The only question, what will be the final score? 7-1, because Burn's not going to keep that in the air. FaZe Clan battles adversity and goes 1-1 in Group A. They deny Detonator any further history. But what a historic series it was for Detonator and the APAC region.
Oh, and they've just got a big sigh of relief there to get out of that series unscathed. They did drop one game, but I would argue in game 4, just look in peak form, and you see fist bumps going all around. Mutual respect between all of these teams. At the end of the day, we're all here for one reason, and that's because of the love of Rocket League.
For AXB being kind of thrown into this coach role as well. Of course, again, big shout out to Moopy, who has been the longtime coach of FaZe, and then AXB taking over for the fall major. We go now to the Mobile One high performance replay, and high performances all around, especially in the latter half of this series, especially from FaZe. But there's the one out of Burn getting through first killer. They got one. That was all they were going to get. They got one game, they got one goal in game 4, and Detonator will, at least I'm sure, be very happy with their performance here on day 1.
Yeah, like we were talking about, I mean, they were just happy to be here, but to take one game away from FaZe Clan, one of the best teams in North America, that's a feather you're going to want to keep in your hat for a very long time to come.
So now we have a little bit more to go through here today. It's, again, still 3 more matches to go, and I believe we still have Dazarin standing by with one of the players out of FaZe Clan. Is going to be interested to hear what FaZe has to say, because again, they've had just this roller coaster of a day, right? And I'm curious to hear, first of all, who wants to speak up more. I mean, look, First Killer has a lot to say, I'm sure. He had a lot to say in that series, a big part of their success. And what is an international LAN without the international rich man Daz? Let's take it away.
Thank you so much, Stacks. I'm not rich, but I am here with First Killer, who, you know, you got the win on finally. It was a long, obviously you had the long break and everything else, but, you know, you're 1-1 in groups, but it still seemed like it was a tough match against Detonator. How was it for you?
You know, we were just like trying to have fun, but today's been a rough day. Like, you know, we started off slow. We're still trying to, like, you know, get the land and stuff like that.
Yeah, like obviously, you know, it's Sip's first time like being at a LAN in a while, especially the first time this season, obviously. Kind of talk to me about like how he's been and getting him more integrated with the team.
It's been good, you know, like he's fitting well with the team. Where, you know, we're friends and stuff. Like everything's like fine, but just, you know, just a bad start, like I said.
Yeah. And of course, you know, you're 1-1 now in groups. I think Queso as well is 1-1. It looked like from all the screaming that Virgin 1 won that last series. But how do you feel, you know, prep for the match against Queso later?
I'm confident. I think tomorrow's a different day, you know.
Go to a
Yeah.
Got any games on your phone?
Oh, wait.
It's 3 a.m. I need a taquito. Slurpee, light bulbs, antifreeze. Here's your order, nacho cheese. Tippy drive.
This might not be your car. And this might not be your engine. Maybe this isn't your morning routine. And maybe these aren't your coworkers. Perhaps these aren't your standard driving conditions. Far from it. But this is your oil, which means you're one of us, doesn't it? For serious engines, on and off the track, upgrade to Mobile One.
Never alive.
look in your eyes. Baby, I can feel your energy. It's making me realize everything makes us strong enough. You and I, you and I. Everything we been through makes us strong enough. You and I, you and I.
We on the top and we ain't gonna fall. It's an obsession, a habit you call. We hitting automatic, never stall. Only got one tack to do it all. I'm from the bottom, I hate what I saw. I couldn't walk, so I learned. My aim moving small. Money grows from my intuition. I just bought a crib, that's my first edition. People hate it when you claim a vision, but I use a static when I hit ignition. Hungry moves, I'm faster in a minute. I stay fresh to death, I'm in a mint condition. Forge a heat, no matter where I've been, and give me any place, and it'll be a kitchen. This how we float to the top. I'm on a wave and it never gonna stop. I hit a green and we running the clock. 24 seconds, I still block your shot. I'm making this an eternal spot. Permanent stain in the flow, ink blot. Don't step to me when I get too hot. I'ma end your life and it's all you got. We on the top and we ain't gonna fall. It's an obsession, a habit you call. We hitting automatic, never stall. Only got one tack to do it all. I'm from the bottom, I hate what I saw. I couldn't walk, so I learned how to fall. They wanna talk when you're back to the wall. So I say later, my aim moving small. Homemade flow, I'm a PVC. They ain't one player out doing this like me. Heart rate froze, shake the EKG. I hate wasting time, no eventually. Routine work with nobody see, but I ain't feel the stress, I know it's meant to be. 30 beats, I'm on a killing spree. I made every song in my discography. Yeah, that's every cent, every dollar. I ain't tryna listen to a broke scholar. Making moves to make the money taller. To the cash topping on the Eiffel Tower. Labels calling, I won't wear the collar. With my own drive, I can take it farther. Do it myself, don't ever bother. Been self-made now, shout out to my father. We on the top and we ain't gonna fall. It's an obsession, a habit you call. We hitting automatic, never stall. Only got one tack to do it all. I'm from the bottom, I hate what I saw. I couldn't walk, so I learned how to crawl. They wanna talk when you're back to the wall. So I say later, my aim moving small.
Welcome back to the Rocket League Championship Series Winter Major, live from Los Angeles. I'm Wavepunk, joined by Gibbs, Roldiz, and T-Bates. If you haven't already, hit F5. Make sure you're refreshed on the stream there. We did go down, come back up. It's all getting figured out. Day one jitters, even for Twitch. You know?
But if they're hearing you, they already hit F5.
So then you got to end chat, put F5 so that the people who are sitting there going, oh, that's what I'm supposed to see, right? That's how it's supposed to work here. Group B, or Group A here, the action's been pretty intense so far. Some big upsets here. Version 1, guys, getting the win on Queso on the B stream. Roldiz, none of us saw this coming.
I did not believe it, but I did. Because if you know me, the tweet that I just posted, it's a little history in the books. I said V1 was NA's last hope. And look at them.
But FaZe, they did win here versus Detonator, but Detonator got the first APAC victory under their belt.
We were second there
they
for a
won.
second.
They wasn't confident when I tell you that much. Detonator actually took the first win, like you said, Gibbs, for the APAC region. And let me tell you, there's some tight games, man. Tight games all the way. It took FK having to take shots like that in order to beat Detonator. Look at Burn, nicing up early. Woo, that was special.
And so it was all first killer. It was all first killer throughout this whole series. And all of today, it seemed like he was the only one doing really anything on this FaZe squad. But it's the end of their day, which is probably a good note for them. They go 1-1. They play Queso tomorrow to battle for the 2 and 3 seeds, very likely.
I gotta ask, okay, at the very end of this game, there's 18 seconds left. FaZe calls a timeout, up by 6 goals. You're both players. You both have been in situations where teams are having to call pauses here. Roldiz, if you're losing by 6 and a team calls a pause, how do you feel?
If I could get out right there, get me out. Get me out immediately. I don't know what was up with that. I would have been like, yo, hey, listen. Come on, play it along.
Let's go.
Let's get it out.
Well, I don't care if you can't see. It doesn't matter. Let's just play these 18 seconds, please.
You know, competitive integrity maintained through the end of the tournament. We will stand by our ideals here. And FaZe does bounce back to get the win there. So Detonator has to play version 1 tomorrow. That'll be version 1's last match. Assuming they get the win there, they will be the #1 seed out of Group A. Let's take a look at the groups after the beginning of our play today. You can see that 2-0 for version 1 up on top. Queso sitting at 1-1.
Slide to that big Mario.
When the day
gewichten in de sportschool. Ik had nog zo gezegd, niet naar de sportschool. Sorry. Maar goed, we gaan zo naar de Mac, want je moeder is niet thuis. Yes! Hij was toch gebroken? Ja, maar nu niet meer. Maar wil jij weten waarom ik naar de sportschool ben gegaan? Check dan nu.
De aankomende 50 uur opgesloten in de kleinste gevangenis ter wereld. Terwijl ik hier zit, zitten Steven en Floris 50 uur opgesloten in een luxe hotelkamer met een bed, een sauna en een jacuzzi. Als ik het haal, krijg ik letterlijk €1000. Kom er maar in, kom maar in. Klok erop. En de tijd gaat nu in. Nou, doen we mijn huis voor de aankomende 50 uur. Koffie? Nee, hou zo. Oh shit, daar gaan we. Champa? Tot de 50 uur. Zo. Gadverdamme. Moet je zuipen, man. Nou, zit er dan. Dat wordt een lange dag. Ja, 2 dagen. 2 dagen en 2 uur. Dit is gewoon het uitzicht dat ik de aankomende 50 uur ga moeten zien. Ik mag dus in deze 50 uur geen telefoon gebruiken, gewoon helemaal niks. En als ik naar de wc moet...
Jullie vragen jullie natuurlijk af, hoe gaat Pieter naar de wc? Moet je plassen? Ja.
Oh god.
Dit is jouw wc.
Ziet er niet heel fijn uit.
Niet zo aanstaan, hè? Kan er gewoon uit, hè?
Ja.
Heb je het onderschat?
Ja. Ik dacht dat het 5 sneller zou gaan.
Ja, dat dacht ik wel.
Het gaat echt traag.
Oh, dat is 4 uur, hè?
Ik moet nog 46 uur. Een saaie boel hier.
Maar ik heb honger.
Eigenlijk wel, hè?
11 minutes later. Maar dit ziet er wel heel lekker uit.
Weer? Proost. Ik heb het te zwaar. Oh.
Wat leuk! Zijn uitgegeten. Godverdomme zeg. Zo'n beetje vol. Zo, bezitten. Ik ben echt zielig bij jou, hè? Ik echt niet.
Nee.
Hey. Ik kan wel in de gevangenis zitten, maar in deze gevangenis krijg je gewoon lekker te eten.
Yes. Dankjewel. Lekker eten.
A few moments later.
Ik ga eens even proberen te staan. Dit is wel chill. Ga ik weer eens even mijn benen strekken?
Zeg het eens.
Ik moet plassen.
Dan gaan we even de wc pakken. Dit is toch zo kut. Oh, slecht nieuws. Ik weet serieus niet waar de sleutel is. Jesper, heb jij de sleutel? Je hebt gelukkig de sleutel is. Zo. Kan je weer aan je boeg doen. Je zit hier al 50 uur in, maar ik moet de hele tijd die wc erin.
Ja, je hebt het zwaar.
Ja, ik heb het zwaar.
Ja, je hebt echt zwaar.
Nu moet ik het wel bewaren.
Oh, lekker man.
Maar ik heb het weet. Ja. Oh.
We hebben even een challenge voor jou.
Heb je honger?
Ja. Dus als je 1 gooit, krijg je 1 worstenbroodje. En als je 6 gooit, krijg je 6 worstenbroodjes. Oké. Ze moeten op. Oké. Oh. Ah, nee. Ja, nee. Dat zijn 6 worstenbroodjes. Alleen moet het er ooit weer uit. Dat is een beetje het probleem. Je kunt het ook ophouden, hè? Ja. Je hoeft nog maar 42 uur en 45 minuten. 5 uur klaar.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ja. Het werkt gewoon. Oh. Het is best wel een stapel. Alsjeblieft.
Dankjewel.
Ik slap. We hebben nu de dingen gedaan. Mag de trol zeggen? Ja, jezus. Kun je er maar 1? Ja, dat is een grapje. Ik hoef vriend.
Nou, kom, toch je vrienden, er komt toch niemand.
Nou, echt wel serieus aflossen. Ja? Nee, ja.
Meanwhile.
Ik ga lekker douchen in de steun.
Zitten we nou naar te kijken eigenlijk? Wat mogelijke woonvertoning is dit, zeg? Nou, bijna de eerste dag voorbij. Veel te medelijden met Sam.
Ik ook. Soms klaar maken met bed te gaan.
Wow, shit.
Oh, je zou maar echt in de cel zitten. Ik zeg...
Je wilt rusten? Snap ik het.
Oké jongens, ik heb net een kussen gewonnen. Ik had ook vol de grond kunnen winnen. Maar ja, gaat toch weer te slapen, ondanks die 2 lampen nog steeds aanstaan. Dus slaap lekker. Goedemorgen. En die lamp heeft nog geen besef van dag en nacht. Plassen.
1 hour later.
Het is wel een stuk zwaarder dan ik had verwacht. En ik had ook niet echt beseft dat ik in deze 50 uur niet kan douchen, niet kan tanden poetsen. Ik voel me heel vies en naar. Ik ben er dus achter gekomen dat je kan tekenen op deze palen. Maagd. Dit is Jannes. Hoi Jannes.
Hallo, ik ben Jannes.
Goedemorgen.
Hey.
Hey.
Laten we ontbijten. Ik zou graag roomservice ontbijt willen bestellen.
11 minutes later.
Oh, lekker. Oh, lekker. Bon appetit. Ah. Warm, hè?
Nou, steeds. Oh, zit er ook hier.
meer dan 2 dagen in een hokje van 1 bij 2. Kijk, dit is altijd fijn, hè?
Ja, iets te doen.
Ja, het is.
Leuk gaat zijn, dat is een ander verhaal.
A few moments later. Oké jongens, de challenge was dus niet leuk. Dus dan heb ik eventjes een bunker gebouwd, waardoor ik iets minder geluid hoor. Jongens, ik doe gek. Ik ga eronder liggen. 2 seconds later. Oké, daar ben ik ook.
Laten we eens kijken hoe het bij Sam is. Hoe gaat het?
Ja, het is kut.
Je hebt er al een goede 24 uur op zitten. Floris en Steve hebben wel iets beter, hè?
Ja.
Met jacuzzi en zo.
Wel jaloers. Oké, nou. Ook 26 uur. Hallo. Jacco gaat nu meedoen aan de volgende challenge.
Dit is Jacco. Hij werkt 5 kansen om de goede doorschot te geven met deze.
Who increased the odds of winning the jackpot? Who was it?
What happened, boss?
I will ask one.
Ik ben benieuwd of je het haalt.
Nee, ik denk het niet.
Meanwhile. Nou, we hebben de kamer een beetje wat ticketje doen.